Hello, beautiful being. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, it's nice to meet you. My name is Ella, and I'm a truth alchemist, a truth embodiment guide and coach. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about your ego's tendency of creating complexity, of overcomplicating, of creating overwhelm. How many times have you said to yourself, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. I'm feeling so confused. It's so complicated. It's so hard. Have you ever actually questioned yourself and really asked yourself and looked at what was truly in front of you and asked, what is actually so complex about this? Because the truth is, what I found in my life, and trust me, I know this really well because I have lived 24 years of my life trying to create so much complexity. Because to the ego, the more complex something is, the more it feeds the sense of self of, I am enough. If I can make things so complicated and solve it, if I can make things so challenging and push myself through it, then I am enough. But the truth is, what I have realized over the last year, and especially over the last couple of months, is that it's not meant to be complicated. It's not meant to be so complex. Things get to be simple. And in fact, simplicity is the language of the soul. The soul is simple. And I even just got my new tattoo here, fresh, soul simple. The language of the soul is simplicity. Your intuition guides you in the simple, do this, call this person, do that, write this, talk about this. It's simple. Now, simplicity doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy to do, but it is simple. There is no need for overwhelm. There is no need for stress. There is no need for over complexity, a bajillion of steps. It doesn't mean that everything is always easy to do, but it's simple. It's not necessary to be overwhelmed. It's not necessary to overcomplicate things to the point where you cannot even function, to the point where all you're feeling is just stress, worry, doubt. And so you're probably wondering, well, if things get to be simple, then why haven't my mind figured that out yet? Well, the reason being is that your ego thrives off of the complexity. Like I mentioned, the more that you make something complex, the more you get to prove yourself, the more you get to be like, look at me. Look how great I am. I made everything so complicated, and look at me solving all of these complex problems that I have created. And the truth is that whenever things are complex, whenever things are complicated, it creates the perfect fertile ground for stress, for problems, for worry. These things aren't necessary, but it creates the perfect fertile ground for them. And guess what? That's what your ego loves. Your ego loves to thrive off of problems. To be like, oh my goodness, I'm so stressed. Oh my goodness, I have to worry about this. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen in the future? Oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened in the past. All of this is designed to take you out of the present moment now. And so what I invite you to do is really think for yourself. Where have you been feeling overwhelmed? Where have you been feeling complexity? Where have you been feeling that things are hard and confusing in your life, in your business, in your career, in your relationships? And ask yourself the simple question of, what would soul simple look like in this area of my life? What would soul simple look like in this situation? What would be the soul simple thing for me to do? What would be the soul simple thing for me to say? What is the soul simple action that I can commit to today? And I invite you to really be aware of where you have been making things more complicated than they need to be. Put on your simplicity glasses and see how you can re-perceive every situation from the lens of simplicity, from the lens of your soul. And trust me, your life will never look the same again.